Howdy, guys and gals. I have not done a video for a while. Just some ideas and thoughts that I'm looking at here. Sometimes you just got to go out on the longer term time frames and get an idea of what's going on here in the markets. And bottom line is, we have bullish exuberance, the likes of which we haven't seen in years, going into the holiday season this year. And with unemployment at historic all-time highs here in the U.S., and with the unemployment numbers ticking up as we speak. We had unemployment numbers come out Friday. Markets didn't care, you know, and they're just completely ignoring the data. Uh, in addition to that, which I've told the guys in the trading room, there's five of us states. Our unemployment benefits are running out. Mine ran out a couple weeks ago. I wasn't drawing that much anyway, but my point is, we've got unemployment ticking up at a pretty good pace here, and several states their benefits are completely running out, and by state law they can't draw any longer. So it's just completely unhinged that what's going on here in these markets. It's just all about the derivatives, the bond, the option markets and stuff. They've taken control of these markets, and they're helping drive the underlying price of the stock higher. So just remember what's going on here. There's so many people trading these derivatives now, which is basically gambling in the stock market, that we are seeing these massive moves in this market, and none of them, like Tesla, that is unreal. A guy in the room, Robert, was sitting there talking there Friday about, if you would have invested it properly just a little over a week ago in Tesla, invested $1,000, and if you'd have traded it properly, something about you can make $1 million off the trade in a little over a week. So I can't even imagine. I just don't even. It's mind boggling, the returns that these options are being manipulated to make right now. So basically, with what's going on here, I think December is going to be pretty rough. You see where you are on this primary trend, and this uber bullishness, that scenario that's happening right here. Uh, there is a lot of pent up demand. People sitting at home, they don't care about this. They're going to be out shopping this weekend. Margins are way up. I know that personally from our own business. My uncle's been in debt for 20 years. He's debt free now, put money away this year, and we didn't work that much on top of all that. I mean, there is a whole sector of society with hordes of cash, and then there's a whole nother sector of society with no cash. And so we've got the biggest divide that, just like Lloyd has been saying in the room, one of the biggest divides in U.S. history, the haves and have-nots going on in today's world. So basically, scenario I'm sitting here looking at right here is, we could be potentially doing the final blow off top stage in the markets, uh, breaking above this long term uptrend. Just absolute uber bullishness going into the end of the month here, going into Black Friday. It just absolutely unhinged bullish uh, sentiment. Typically, you start looking to fade this. I mean, that is the historical theme, what you would want to be doing here, going forward into these markets. So, just a few things that I'm looking at here, and if I can get this thing to work. One second, I'm gonna have to pause it. Okay, some other things I'm seeing right here. So basically, we're in this blow off top stage. This is the primary breakout line. I got a different color using this one here. But basically, we're in the breakout stage up here at the top here, and basically, what they've been doing, this uptrend right here, they have been pegging price each day based on this prior uptrend right here, the acceleration. So I have been using that to draw my levels and stuff, going through the trading weeks, and they have been pretty accurate. What's been going on here in the markets. So basically, I know we got a lot of lines here, but Basically, that's some of the things I'm looking at here. I don't know if 30 minutes is going to be small enough here. Yeah, it's pretty accurate here. So basically, we're coming down right to these levels and rebounding, finding resistance, coming right back in. Yesterday was Friday was a inside day, and we actually consolidated right here mid range between my levels, which that hasn't really been happening too much. But you notice yesterday's lows where that lined up with right here as a potential opening price for the for Friday or for yeah, well, for the next day, Thursday. Okay, and that was the level that they were initially pinning right there. And look where we closed at. See if I can draw. Let me activate that level right here. Friday is going to be our trading day. Okay, and look, see where the see where we closed at here, or see where we're currently trading at. I know we're not trading. The futures are trading, and see, this is where the opening price is going to be. That's why we're pinning at this price at this point on the ES futures going for Friday. And I actually think this is where they are going to try to pin price for the open on Friday. But that's why price is right here, right now, in my opinion, on the ES futures. They are uh, continuing to trend a trade this trend line here so far this week. We had this massive, from the very low here, we had this massive uptick into this trend. Okay. Okay, we're looking at our NQs now. And as you can see, NQs have just been blowing it out of the water this year. Okay, and look at what's been going on here. How far above our primary? Uh, uh, this is our primary uptrend. If we, it's not nearly as steep. This is our secondary uptrend. This is the steeper version, uh, and we're blowing out past, well past above that right now on the NQs. Okay, pattern which I'm actually using here for my NQs, which has been pretty darn accurate as well. You've got this uptrend, this initial uptrend right here. I drew a channel on that, and I'm just transferring them over here. And those levels have been acting pretty accurate here for support and resistance going into the daily price action. And if you go and look right here on your NQs, look how we closed yesterday, and we came right up to that line, and we found rejection on that. That would be your 50% fib fan, or your 50% of that channel line right there. So um, that's what I have right here. And look how it acted as support there Tuesday. Acted as support, and I was calling it out in the room, calling it that a low. And wouldn't you know it, it took off to the moon from that point on. And bottom line is, it is uber bullish right now in the markets, and that's just, I just don't know if it is justified or not. And a lot of the big firms are not even allowed to short the markets into a holiday shortened week. Remember that there's rules now that they cannot put on large shorts into the light volume into a holiday weekend. So just remember that, and that's, I think that has a lot to do with some of what's going on here, the manipulation. So basically, what I'm looking at here, a potential move up to possibly in the overnight session, 12,300 on ENQs for the bullish case. Okay, and a lot of times, or everything we saw yesterday was a look above and a potential fail pattern to the downside. So that's another scenario that I'm looking at here going forward here in these markets. A look above and fail pattern possibly here. So just heads up, that's some of the things I'm looking at here. Okay, guys, a second way of looking at the NQs, and I really think this is important to understand what I'm seeing here in tech. If you go off this primary uptrend and move your channels over, We'll go down on the 1 hour chart here. I want to show you. Basically, since we started getting the certification of the election results, the NQs fell out of favor, and most of these pops in the NQs have been they faced headwinds in this whole time frame on distribution. We haven't had those massive upbeats in the Fang names since we went down into this lower range, in my opinion, since the election. So just heads up, yeah, we are slowly going up, but we're not getting that uber excitement in Fang names like we saw before the election. And we're seeing different leadership in the markets. We're seeing our financials. We're seeing our energy. Both of those two are just. We're starting to see the COVID names that got destroyed, like Carnival Cruises, airlines, the areas that have completely and totally been left for dead. They've been getting massive short squeeze, driving the markets higher. So, basically rotation has come out of the NQs, and it's all happened while we've been in this trading zone right here, in my opinion. So this is something I got on very close watch here going forward. Where we're actually trading and why the price action seems to be doing what it is here. Uh, so I'm keeping a very close eye on this. It seems like but as of yesterday, we did start seeing rotation back into Amazon. So I thought that was important to realize that, and where we are relatively in the relation to this channel. We might be starting an Uber rally phase in the NQs setting up here for the Fang names. So definitely keep it on watch. I wouldn't personally. I can't even touch Facebook, um, Apple, Netflix, Google, Amazon. I cannot touch those to the short side, in my opinion, without unless you're doing an intraday trade. So that's some things I'm looking at here going forward. Okay, guys, some things I'm looking at. The Ruddy, it doesn't have enough history. It's a relatively new ticker. So I went to IWM for the Russell. And basically, what I'm seeing here, this is our primary uptrend, and I think the Russell has just gotten way overblown here to the upside on the Russell. So some things I'm looking at here on the Russell. You go back down to the daily time frames here. That gives you a little bit. Let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. 1 second. Basically, this is our primary uptrend for a long term uptrend. And we've got basically 2 days breakout of that uptrend. And as of yesterday afternoon, it started selling back down into selling off a little bit yesterday afternoon in the Russell. So I'm keeping a very close eye on the Russell. I think it's overblown on this move, and it's looking to come back in my opinion. So just heads up on that. That's a theory that I'm floating out there that the Russell is preparing to roll back over. So just heads up on that. So basically, this gives you a really close, a good idea of what I'm watching here in the markets. And so basically, we go into uh, Friday here, and I don't have the overnight. 1 second here. So basically, on the Russell, you got relatively flat trend lines. They're not actually in the long term, but in the short term, they're just relatively just minuscule flat, unlike the Russell and or not unlike the Nasdaq and the ESs. So I'm just keeping a really close eye here on the IWM going forward. Um, so basically, a retest of the 180 is, in my opinion, we're going to be coming back down into that because of the massive rally we've seen in this rotation into that sector. So that's a theory that I'm putting out there. We do know that air travel is going to be extremely uh, strong, and that can add support to the Russell. And as the travel numbers come in, expected to be very high travel numbers this Thanksgiving. with people not flying and driving. So that gives added oomph to the energy sector going into this holiday shortened week. So a few little things that I'm looking at here. So basically, going into tomorrow, I'm thinking potential open 182.74 area here on the IWM, or possibly a rally in the overnight, which I don't think that's going to happen. But the 186.96 would be the potential upside for tomorrow. Okay, so basically the 187 area is what I'm thinking for Friday. Upside potential on good news for the Russell. So a few things I got here. If you liked the video, like it, and please leave some comments and stuff. I think these are a few little things that can help you guys out as traders and stuff. And we don't have any confirmation of any type of rotation, but we do have a breakout scenario for the Russell. We're above this orange line here. So the primary uptrend for years and years and years, many years, we are above that right now. So this is uber bullish. That's why I'm still thinking, you know, very very hot here on the Russell. So you got to be careful on your long positions. Thanks a lot, and I will see you guys in the trading room.